Bringing your hands to heart center and prayer pose. As you go through this Ujjayi breath, go ahead and establish your I am intention. I am grateful that you came to class today. Taking a nice deep inhale with me, we're going to start our practice off with 3 Oms followed by 3 Shantis. So go ahead and inhale. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Coming into a tabletop position, we're going to get started with our cat and cows, making sure your wrist is aligned underneath your shoulders, knees are hip width distance apart, and your feet are knee width distance apart. Taking a nice deep inhale, arching your back, looking forward. Cow. Exhale. Cat. Inhale. Cow. Exhale. Cat. Right arm's going to come up towards the ceiling. As we prepare for thread the needle, right arm is going to go between the left hand, left knee. Left arm's going to come up in front of you. If you choose to take the bind, go ahead and take your left hand to the right thigh. And you'll get a deeper stretch in your right shoulder here. Making sure you keep your hips up. If you are in the bind, go ahead and release, bringing your left palm onto the mat, rising up so that the right palm once again is on the mat and you're in a tabletop position. Left hand is going to rise up towards the ceiling. Left hand is now going to thread the needle between the right arm and right shoulder. Right hand is going to come in front of you, or go ahead and take a bind. Right arm comes back onto the mat, undoing your thread the needle, meeting me back in tabletop position. Tucking your toes, lifting your knees off the mat, coming into your first downward dog of the night. Go ahead and pedal out your heels, taking a nice deep bend in your knees so you can lift your hips up towards the sky. Taking a nice deep bend in your knees, arching your back, look forward, step or hop your feet between your hands, meeting me in a forward fold. Lifting your fingertips off the mat, go ahead and come into a ragdoll, swaying side to side, or opposite hands to opposite shoulders, whatever type of ragdoll suits you tonight. Once again, coming into a forward fold. flat back, forward fold, rising all the way up to the top of your mat. Meeting me in mountain pose or Samastitihi. We're going to go through one round of sun salutation A and then sun salutation B. So go ahead and take a nice deep inhale, hands come above the head. Exhale, swan, dive your arms forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step or hop your feet back, coming into a plank position. Go ahead and take your vinyasa flow at your own pace. And then meet me in downward facing dog. Taking a nice deep inhale, arching your back, looking forward, step or hop your feet between your hands. Forward fold. Flat back. Forward fold. Rising all the way up to the top of your mat. Hands come to heart center. Samastitihi. Preparing for sun salutation A or sun salutation B, go ahead and come into a chair pose, making sure your tailbone is tucked under. Forward fold. Flat back. Forward fold. Step or hop your feet back. And then go ahead and go through your vinyasa flow. Right foot is going to come between your hands. Left foot is going to drop onto the mat, rising up for warrior one. Trying to go a little deeper in this stretch. Hands come pinwheeled onto either side of your right foot. Coming back into a plank and going through a vinyasa flow. This time, left foot comes between the hands, right foot drops behind you, rising up into a warrior one. Once again, coming a little bit deeper, making sure your pinky toe, your right pinky toe is on the mat and flexed. Pinwheeling your hands to either side of your left foot meets the right, coming into a plank pose. And going through your vinyasa flow at your own pace. Bending your knees, arching your back, look forward, step or hop your feet between your hands. Forward fold. Flat back. Forward fold. Rising all the way up to the top of our mat. Hands come to heart center. Samastitihi. Coming back into chair pose, let's go ahead. Keeping our heels on the mat. Taking a nice deep bend in your knees. Looking forward, being strong here. Rising onto your toes, but maintaining your chair pose. Lowering back down. Go ahead and come onto your toes. This time, bring your sit bones onto your heels as you're on your toes. Working your thighs a little bit. And once you come all the way onto your heels, Rising back up. Dropping your heels onto the mat, meeting me in a forward fold. Left back. Forward fold. Go ahead and take your vinyasa flow at your own pace. Right leg rises up, three-legged dog. Right foot comes between the hands, coming up for warrior one. Opening up to warrior two. Coming back into warrior one. Preparing for warrior three by slowly lifting those back toes, balancing on that front right foot, and then bringing your hips so that it's parallel to the mat. Keeping your arms parallel to your ears. Dropping back down into warrior one. Very good. Let's hold here. Hands come to either side of the right foot. Right foot meets the left in plank. Go ahead and take your vinyasa flow. This time, left leg comes up, three-legged dog. Left foot comes between the hands. Right foot drops down, rising up into warrior one. Opening up into warrior two. Meeting me back in warrior one. Preparing for warrior three by lifting your toes off the mat and then shifting your hips parallel. Meeting me in warrior three. Dropping the right foot back down, coming into warrior one. Pinwheeling your hands to either side of your left foot. Left foot meets the right. Go ahead and go through your vinyasa flow. Bending your knees, arching your back, look forward, step or hop your feet between your hands. Forward fold. Flat back. Forward fold. Rising all the way up to the top of your mat. Hands come to heart center. Samasthiti. We're going to do our balance pose for the night. We have a couple. So go ahead and bring your hands into eagle arms. Right arm is going to come underneath the left. Right foot is going to go in front of the left foot and then behind it. You're in a full eagle. Go ahead and raise your elbows up so that it's parallel to your nose. And release, shaking your arms and your legs out. This time, left arm is going to come underneath the right. Left leg is going to come in front of the right and then behind.
Coming into eagle on the opposite side. Raising your elbows up so it's parallel to your nose. Very good. Go ahead and release, shaking out the arms. Coming into a variation of tree pose, hands are going to come to heart center. Your right knee is going to come into your chest. And then whenever you gain your balance here, go ahead and extend your right leg out. Establishing your drishti or your focus. That's something that's not moving. Releasing that right foot back onto the mat, shaking out the left heel. This time, right foot is going to stay planted on the mat. Left knee comes in towards the chest. Left foot extends out. Variation of tree on the opposite side. Trying to extend that left knee so it's almost straight. There you go. Go ahead and release. That's a hard one. Shaking it out. Shaking out both feet. Shaking out your wrists. Coming into Malasana or yogi squat. Hands come to heart center. Heels are in the inside of the mat. Toes are going to be on the outside, lowering down. Are you both able to do a full yogi squat? Yeah, okay, good. Let's hold here for just a little bit. Opening up our hips. Because from Malasana, we're going to prepare for crow pose. Go ahead and bring your right hand onto the mat. Left arm's going to extend up, staying in your yogi squat. Hands come once again back into prayer. Left hand's going to come onto the mat. Right arm's going to extend up. Trying to gaze at your right fingertips. There you go. Hands come once again back into prayer. You should be able to sink your hips in a little bit more because we've been here for a little bit now. Now we're going to put both of our arms, both of our hands are going to come onto the mat. Your elbows should be on the inside of your knee. Let me see where you are. Yeah. Can you see me okay? Hands are going to come to the outer edges of your mat. The pinky should almost be at the edge of your mat. Thumb will be in towards the middle. And now I just want you to come onto your toes almost. And your elbows are going to hold your weight. Yep. And then go ahead and shift your weight back onto your heels. Coming back onto your toes, almost like a rocking chair motion. Coming back onto your heels. One more time, coming back onto your toes. Now, when you're on your toes this time, go ahead and look forward. Looking down at the mat or the ground. Staying strong here. Lifting your right foot off the mat, keeping your left toes planted. You got to trust yourself. You won't fall. Drop the right foot back, coming back onto your heels. Once again, come on to your toes. This time, lifting your left foot off the mat, staying on your right toes. And then come back onto the heels. If you're comfortable doing both of those, then go ahead and take a full crow with me by lifting both your toes off the mat. But if you're not, I ask that you go ahead and keep your stronger foot off the mat and your weaker foot on the mat. So you get comfortable in the motion of being in a crow. You don't have to hold it for a long time. But just that feeling of that balance, you'll feel most of the weight on your shoulders and your triceps. Go ahead and come in and out of full crow if you can. If not, alternate your toes like we were before. One last time. Very good. Go ahead and bring your hands behind you this time, lowering your sit bones all the way onto the mat. Legs are going to come out in front of you. Toes pointed towards you, heels away. We're going to do a forward fold here, meeting me in staff pose, puffing out your chest. Arms are rising all the way up. Nice deep inhale here. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, go ahead and lower all the way onto your back. Knees are going to come in towards you, giving yourself a nice big hug for wind releasing pose. Rocking side to side. Arms are going to come out to a T. Right knee is going to drop to the right side. Gaze is going to go over the left fingertips. Knee is coming once again back into the center. Dropping over to the left side, gaze goes over the right fingertips. One last time, go ahead and bring your knees in towards you, holding on to your big toes with your peace fingers, coming into a happy baby. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and release your feet onto the mat. Hands are going to come palm faced up. Closing your eyes. We'll do a guided Shavasana tonight. So go ahead and relax your forehead, your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your chin. Relaxing your shoulders, your triceps, your biceps, your elbows, your wrists, and your fingers, relaxing your hips, your thighs, your knees, your shins, your ankles, and your toes. Doing one last check from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes, making sure everything is relaxed, and preparing to take the next couple of moments for yourself. Coming over to your right side. Slowly rising all the way up to the top of your mat, keeping your eyes closed. Hands are going to come to heart center. Closing out our practice with 3 Oms followed by 3 Shantis. Taking a nice deep inhale with me. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Namaste, yogis. May the light in me honor the divine light in you. Thanks so much for practicing with me tonight. Really excited to see you guys.